भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांतनामिने नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांतनामिने जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव गौरभक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव गौरभक्त वृंदा. Please tell Hare Krishna mantra loudly. Please raise your hands. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Both hands. I can't lift. That's the reason I'm not doing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I pay my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. I express all my gratitudes to Srila Prabhupada and make many prayers to Srila Prabhupada. All go to Srila Prabhupada for his wonderful devoted service to Srimati Radha and Gopinath. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Hare Krishna, we are in Bhagavath Katha, Canto 1, Chapter 7. Today it is 4th verse. Bhagavati Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranihite Amale Apasyat Purusham Purnam Mayam Cha Tat Apakshayam Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranihite Amale Apsyat Purusham Puranam Mayam Cha Tat Apashayam Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranihite Amale Apasyat Purusham Purnam Maya Chatat Apasya. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Please excuse me, this verse we have already done in the earlier class. We shall go into the 5th verse. Please repeat loudly. Yaya sammohito jiva atmana tri gunatmakam paru abhimanute anartam tatkritam chavipadyate. Yaya sammohito jiva atmanam त्रय गुणात्मकम परो अपि मन्यते अनर्थम तत्कृतं च अभिपद्यते. यया सम्मोहितो जीवा आत्मानं त्रय गुणात्मकम परो अपि मन्यते अनर्थम तत्कृतं च अभिपद्यते. यया सम्मोहितो जीवा आत्मानं त्रय गुणात्मकं परोऽपि मन्यते अनर्थं तत्कृतं चाभिपद्यते. The word to word meaning of this verse is yaya, by whom, sammohitaha, illusion, jivaha, the living entities, atmanam, self, traigunya, atmakam, conditioned by the 3 modes of nature or a product of matter. Paraha, transcendental, api, in spite of, manyute, takes it for granted, anartham, things not wanted, tat, by that, kritam, cha, reaction, abhivatyate, undergoes thereof. Due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the 3 modes of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reactions of material miseries. there are two energies. One is internal energy, which is there in Goloka Vrindavana and all Vaikuntha, where Krishna will be having his internal energy. And out of his external energy, he has created all the universes. Not just one universe, all the multi-universal forms are created from the external energy. And his external energy in our nature, on the earth we have three different types of gunas are there. Material nature, that is Satvika, Rajasa and Tamasa gunas are there. So, because of this one, material reactions will be there. For any action, there is a reaction. When you inhale oxygen, you exhale carbon dioxide. Similarly, when you get Satvika guna, you have good qualities. And accordingly, your behavior will be like that. The product will, so both when action, reaction are there, product will be there. So based on the gunas what you have, your behavior will be like that and product will be like that. And this undergoes the reaction of material miseries. So in nature, whatever these gunas, whether it is Satvika, Rajasa or Tamasa, whatever nature you are having, accordingly you will have the products, whether good quality or bad quality, whatever it all, it's full of miseries only. Having Satvika guna is not that we are completely free from all these things. That is the best thing what we need to have. But otherwise, we will be having miseries also. Temporary bodily problems will be there, or mental problems will be there, or financial, so many miseries will be there. You cannot avoid it at all. Even a person who is Shuddha Satvika will also suffer, because the person with Shuddha Satvika is going to achieve the liberation, moksha. But otherwise, God will test him whether he is really that Shuddha Satvika guna or not. So everyone is for every action there is a reaction. The root cause of suffering by the materialistic living beings is pointed out with remedial measures which are to be undertaken, and also ultimate perfection to be gained. For any suffering, when you see when somebody commits some crime, government immediately starts investigation, whether ordinary police people will do, or CBI people will do, or some more higher intelligence officials will do the inquiry. Similarly, to find out the root cause. Similarly, for every suffering, there is a root cause. My experience, I will tell you, I do not know what has happened. For the last 15 days, I could not use my fingers. So, doctors, they said, they made all investigation. They said that some nerve has to be, surgery has to be done, they have to replace it. Change the position and stitch it. So, for finding out the root cause, they have made so many other investigations. Similarly, for our sufferings also. For suffering, this is only suffering. For suffering, they made that type of investigation. For everything, they will be there. Like that one, our mental agonies. For mental agonies, we should find out the root cause. Why? Because just we will be attracted to this nature, we will be having, if Sattva guna is there, okay, we can at least, that suffering will not be there for a long time. If we have Rajasic and Tamasic gunas, we will be developing greediness in ourselves. And we all desire so many things in Rajasic gunas. We try to work hard and get it, or we borrow from banks, other institutions, we try to achieve it. Whereas in Sattvic guna it is different. We try to loot it from others. We try to kill him, he hurt him, get it from him, like that. So, first we should find out the root cause. What is the root cause? Selfishness. When that selfishness is not there in us, we will not have those problems at all. Because of our greediness only, we are developing all these miseries that we should not have. All this is made when we make the inquiries and find out the root cause. When we remove all those things, Hare Krishna. When we renunciate our desires. What we have to renunciate, not our karma. Our karma we have to do. What we have to renunciate is only desires. When we renunciate our desires, we will not have any other greediness or any other qualities like injuring others or any living being. All this will not be there. When that is not there, will be gaining a will follow the dharma mark, righteous path. By virtue of that one, will gain punya, or we may even get moksha also ultimately. The living being is by constitution transcendental to the material management, but he is now imprisoned by the external energy, and therefore he thinks himself want to be of the material products. Whatever we are finding in the nature, we are attracted by them. Until and unless that we get one, we will be just thinking about it, worrying about it. We need to meditate upon the God. While meditating on God, we need to do our karma. Whatever karma we are having, we are supposed to do all our karma in a righteous way, thinking as a service to the God. But otherwise, we are all of us, we are attracted in the nature with different qualities. It's not necessary that everyone should have Sattvic Guna or everyone is Rajasic like that. Each of them will have his own individual wantings, but desires to be fulfilled. So what's happening is we are imprisoned. See, if some crime is committed, the police cops will take us and put it behind the bars. Similarly, because we are doing all criminal activities of this, being attracted by the nature, we are bonded and we are not able to leave this earth. It's not as in this present life. We have, after this birth, again we are going to take another birth. But we do not know whether we get a human life or an animal life, bird life, or what we are going to get. So like that we are put in a prison. We should come out of the prison. Out of the prison means in the jail what happens when the prisoners they show good behavior, their sentence will be reduced. Even a life imprisonment person also he will be given relief. He will be put outside the prison after 14 years. If his good behavior is good. Similarly, in this nature, when we are imprisoned like this, we will be released from this nature by the way of moksha, liberation by Krishna. For that one, we have to make lot of efforts. That is pure devotional service. It's not necessary that we have to renunciate our activities. We have to do all our activities, irrespective of what you are doing. All activities you need to do, but in a righteous path, thinking that you are doing it as a devotion to God, as a service to God. So, and due to this unholy contact, the pure spiritual entity suffers material miseries under the modes of material nature. We might be having daily head bath many times, not one time, maybe 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, we may have head bath. Our clothes may be clean. So it's not that you are maintaining, externally you are clean, but internally also you should be clean. Your mind should be pure. You should not cause injury to anybody. You should cooperate with everybody, and you should, every living being, not only just human beings, every living being, you should work for the benefit of all the prosperity of the entire universe. Like that you need to do. So at that time only you are pure. Otherwise, just by having bath number of times and wearing clean clothes, you are not pure at all. The living entity misunderstands himself to be a material product. They think that because our parents, father and mother have come together, we are born. They think we are materialistic, this thing. No, every time my mother and parents come together, we don't produce a child. It's only by chance they produce, only because of God's will. God's will we are born. We are not a materialistic product. And after being delivered, we need to understand, only for human beings God has given the intelligence. No other living being having intelligence. In God, they have a different type of intelligence. They don't make any punya or papa in their planets. They'll be enjoying for the whatever punya they have done earlier in their life as human beings. Similarly, we, being human beings, we can do papa and punya. This means that present perverted way of thinking, feeling and willing under material conditions is not natural for him. Whatever feelings we are having, whether affection towards other spouse or children or parents, or about thinking about gaining lot of property, wealth, all these things are not by nature, no, not by originally it has not come by birth. Only after taking birth we are attracted by the nature. We are different persons are attracted by different ways, and they have different things. All these are reactions being attracted to the nature. But has this normal way of thinking, feeling and willing. The living being is in his original state is not without thinking, willing and feeling power. When in the original state, at the time of birth, even till 5 or few years, when we are in the childhood, we don't have any attachments, because there is no maturity in the just born child. They will not have any feeling or thinking or anything. Excepting being as a living being, they need some food when they are hunger, or they need water when they are thirsty, like that. But otherwise, they are all natural wantings. But otherwise, we have no other this thing. The living being is engaged, honestly, not without thinking, willing and feeling power. It is not also confirmed in Bhagavath Katha that the actual knowledge of conditioned soul is now covered by nescience. When we are in the womb of the mother's pregnant, when she is pregnant, when we are in mother's womb, at that time we remember only God. We have thinking about Him, everything about God only. But only after our birth we are attracted by this nature, and that whatever gunas in the nature is there, we are attracted. That is the nescience we are having. We have developed after only the birth. Thus the theory that a living being is absolute impersonal Brahman is refuted theory, because our Atma is eternal. That means that it cannot be burnt, it cannot be drowned, it cannot be cut. It is eternal, like Supreme God. Supreme God also is eternal. He does not have any birth or death. But otherwise we have taken, not only now as a taken birth in the mother's womb, in the original time, at the time of creation itself, we have taken the birth. We do not know in what form we have been taken the birth originally. But we have birth after birth, we are only changing our bodies. Like we change our dress when they get dirt or torn, we change the clothes. Similarly, we are changing our bodies one after another based on karma, what we are performing. So God in this present human form, He has given us intelligence, has instructed us to follow righteous path and do all our activities following the marga, dharma marga, and finally achieve the ultimate goal. You can have many goals, any number of goals, whatever goals you need you can have. But the ultimate goal should be going back to Godhead, our original home. Present home is not our home at all. It's only till the body exists. So you need to go back to Godhead. That is moksha or salvation. That can be achieved only at the end. Now you can change hundreds of houses. You have presently girls before marriage they are at the parents' house, then they go to in-laws' house. Again, if they are separated, husband will go to different house again rented house. Oh no, we can change any number of houses. But the final going back to Godhead only is the end. It cannot come in between. If you are going back to God, it means that is the end of this life. So ultimately, we need to go there. For that purpose, we have to make all our efforts. We have to do all our activities, karma. You cannot renunciate and simply sit. Even for a second, nobody sits idle. Whether it is a great sannyasi or a devotee or atheist, nobody can sit even for a second, fraction of a second idly. He will be doing one or the activities, even by sitting also he will be carrying on some activity. So while performing that one, thinking that you are doing service to the God, you remember the God, think that you are doing service to God. Oh God, I am doing this service to you. It is up to you to fulfill to take care of me in this life by giving the needed requirements. The living being is in the original state now without thinking. So in Bhagavad Gita also it says because of actual knowledge of the conditioned soul is now covered by the reason. There is the theory that being is absolute impersonal, Brahman is refuted herein. Many people what they think is when our Atma is eternal like supreme soul, that is Paramatma, they think they themselves are God. They themselves are God, that is what the other philosophers who are interested in Mayavadi philosophy, they tell. We ourselves are Paramatma, they say. That is wrong. We are different. Like you are different, he is different, I am different. All are different. Similarly, God is different, we are different. God is God. We cannot become God. Our Atma will never merge with His Supreme Soul. Again, when we go to Vaikuntha Loka also, we will be having in separate, different form, serving, doing His devotional service even in that Vaikuntha planet. This cannot be because by the living entity in the present, the living entity has its own way of thinking in its original unconditional state also. Because even now we are conditioned soul by attracting to all these natures. Whatever nature says, we accept it. We can't change the nature, and whatever qualities are there, we cannot. So during unconditioned state also, they think about the God only. That the theory of that living being is absolute, because of Brahman is also refuted. The present conditioned state is due to the influence of the external energy. See, God is having two energies. One is internal energy and another is external energy. All over the Vaikunthas and in the Gologovinda only God is prevailing with His internal energy. And using His external energy, He has created all these universes. Not only just universes, He has also created all the different types of living beings. There are 84 lakhs different living beings. It's not population, different living beings, right from ant, bacteria to Chaturmukha Brahma. And Radharani also. Radharani is also one of the Jiva. But she is all alone. But Chaturmukha again is not one Chaturmukha Brahma. In every universe there is a Brahmaloka, and in every Brahmaloka there is one Chaturmukha Brahma is there. This is proven during Dwapara Yuga when Krishna, original Krishna incarnated Krishna himself in Dwapara Yuga. When he was when he killed the Aghasura snake, all the at that time what happened? Before killing Aghasura snake, all the Gopabalas, they went with Krishna. Somehow on that day Balarama was not there with Krishna for some unknown reason. So at that time what happens? Krishna, Chaturmukha Brahma, the present Chaturmukha Brahma, he kidnapped all the 1,000 covered boys and 5 lakh cows and hidden them. What Krishna made is, he has made himself into so many 1,000 covered boys and 5 lakh cows himself, and 1 year he was going to back to Vrindavana, coming to forest. There 1 year it has elapsed. After 365 days, when Chaturmukha wanted to know, went and saw the covered boys and those 5 lakh cows in the where he has hidden. And also he came to the place of Krishna, but there also he saw all of them. He was surprised. Before he came there, Krishna knows that Chaturmukha is coming to test him. So he invited all the Chaturmukha Brahmas from all the multi-trillion universes, all the Brahmas. This Chaturmukha Brahma became astonished. What is this? I am Brahma. From where is all this Brahma came? Then Krishna said, don't be proud of yourself, Brahma. You are the junior most Brahma. Our Brahma of this universe, he is junior most. So whereas the other Brahmas are the seniors than him. Like that, his proudness was reduced. Even he was also a Devata. Being Devata also, he had this type of proudness was there. Even Indra also, this proudness, anger, fear, all this exists in him also. So, but otherwise, Radharani is all alone. Like Krishna is all alone, Radharani is also Jiva like all alone. During annihilation time, during the destruction of all the universes, like all the universes enter into the womb of the Krishna. Similarly, Radharani also goes into the stomach of the stomach of Krishna, and she is the first creation when again new creation starts. The Lord does not desire that living being be illusioned by external energy. The external energy is aware of this fact, but still she accepts a thankless task of keeping the forgotten soul under illusion by her bewildering influence. What happens is this, we say Jagan Mata also, not only Jagat Pita, the Krishna Bhagavan, we also Jagan Mata, here the Shakti, Mahashakti, the form Shakti. Krishna wants everybody to be beyond this illusory nature of external energy. But this Shakti, Mahashakti keeps us within that this thing so that all of us will not get moksha at the same time. Different people who are only devoted, doing the devotional service to Krishna can only achieve moksha, not everyone. So, Jagannatha keeps, that Shakti keeps under her control. That is the reason here it is told as she, not as he. The Lord does not interfere with the task of the illusory energy because such performance of the illusory energy are also necessary for reformation of the conditioned soul. Because everybody are not reformed, only few. In Bhagavath Katha, Krishna Paramatma himself has told that of crores and crores of living beings, or human beings, only some few lakhs will understand him. And out of the few lakhs, only few thousands will do his devotional service. Again, out of the few thousands, only few people, maybe it can be counted on fingers like that one. Only few people, they really do the real service and get liberated. So for that reason, Krishna, though he wants everybody to be out of this illusory energy, external energy, but still he does not interfere with the Shaktis, keeping them under her control, because we need to be reformed. We are not at all reformed. We need to be reformed so that we have to make so many efforts to achieve the moksha. An affectionate father does not like his children to be chastised by another agent. Any parent, if somebody, outside person, stranger, some friend, relative, they come and they try to do some magics and try to attract the children towards them. They and they try to take them a wrong path. At that time, father does not, his mind will not accept to leave the children with such people, to associate with such people, because he will go in a wrong path. Similarly, yet he puts his disobedient children under the custody of a severe man just to bring him into the order. But the affectionate Almighty Father, that is Krishna Paramatma, the Supreme Soul, at the time of desires relief for the conditioned soul, relief from the clutches of the illusion energy, Krishna himself will give us. Though we may not have acharyas immediately, Krishna himself is an acharya. He is the original acharya. We have 9 different types of relations with him. He is our original father, he is our original mother, he is our acharya, he is our friend, he is our well-wisher. And if you imagine like Yashoda or Devaki, you can consider him as your son. You can keep Krishna under your control. You know that Krishna can be controlled. We are under his control, but Krishna can also be controlled. How Krishna can control is that Maha Mantra. See, when we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, or there are so many other mantras, auspicious mantras, when we meditate upon them, Krishna will be under the control of those mantras. So we need to have belief in this, all the mantras mentioned in the Vedas, epics, Bhagavatam, and the Haraksha Mahanta given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When we meditate upon them with a pure mind, that means Krishna will be under our control and He will fulfill all our desires. He will fulfill all our desires in this Ihaloka, and also He will give us a good, next birth. Otherwise, when He might give moksha, liberation. The king puts the disobedient citizens within the walls of the jail, but sometimes the king, desiring the prisoner's relief, personally goes there and pleads for reformation, and on this doing so, the prisoners are set free. See, under now artificially made under the constitution, there are many laws are there. Under the laws, if we commit any crime, we will be put under behind the bars, and after reformation, they will release us. They will release us. Even the life imprisoners. Recently, for on some occasion, here is our state chief minister has released many life imprisoners. Similarly, God also, whoever is reformed, He will release from the life cycle of taking birth and death. For us, for our prison, we need not go to the Chinchalguda or any other Challapalli jails. We have not committed those crimes where we have to go behind bars. We are already in the prison. We are already prison. The entire universe is prison. Whether it is earth or Indraloka, Chandraloka, whatever loka, all are prison for us, or for all living beings. If you have committed some good punya, if you have achieved some virtue, good virtues, you may go to higher planets after this Atma leaves this body. But even that is also a prison. There also some lifespan is there. It's a high. It's not 100 years as in Earth. It is a little bit higher, different. It varies from different planets, different varies. So that is also prison only. After when we our punya is diminished, we will be back on Earth. So we have, like that we have taken lakhs and lakhs of births earlier, like animals, birds, insects, trees, all those things. Even trees are also living beings. Hills and mountains also living beings, immobile living beings. Earlier they had wings. They had wings during Satya Yuga. They had wings, they were flying faster than eagles. And they were, since all rishis, all living beings, they were being troubled by these mountains and hills, rishis went and complained to Devendra. Devendra, using his Vajrayuda, he cut off all the wings of the mountains, excepting Mainaka. Mainaka Parvata was left out. That was, he was saved by Vayudeva, and he was asked to stay in the sea. And in the Ramayana I have mentioned in detail about that one. Mainaka Parvata, when Hanuman was in search of Sita, he came up to give, to provide rest to Hanuman while crossing the, going to Lanka. But Hanuman said, no, I am on the duty now, I can't take any rest. On the return also what he has done, just he touched this Mainaka Parvata. At that time Mainaka Parvata tells that all mountains, they are also living beings and they had wings during Satya Yuga. They were cut off by Devendra. Only he escaped due to the blessings of Vayudeva. That is the reason he wants to help a messenger who is doing service to God. Because Hanuman was the devotee, he was doing service to Rama in search of Sita. So that was told in detail in that Ramayana. Again tomorrow evening we have Ramayana. Yuddhakanda will start now. So he personally suggests that although the ways of illusory energy are very stiff to overcome, one who surrenders unto the lotus feet of God is free from the order of Supreme. So we are all abiding the nature's condition. Like that we have become conditioned souls. But if you sincerely believe, completely believe, Paripurna Vishwas से भगवान को शरणागति करे तो करने से हम लोग छूट जाते, will be out of this jail. He will bless us with moksha. We will not have any other life. Life of life, we can avoid that one. Because if we do good, we go to Uttama Lokas. If we do bad, we go to hell. Or we may take animal. Already we have taken lakhs of animal lives. Again we are going to take same animal life. So instead of that one, since we have intelligence, only human beings have this intelligence. Using this intelligence, we should understand, we should surrender with full faith. When you surrender with full faith, He will only fulfill all your desires. Whatever you want to become, you become. Whether you want to become an electronic engineer, computer engineer, or you want to go to higher planets on rockets in human form. Because so many astronauts are gone. You can become one of them. You can be a doctor, lawyer, anything. He will fulfill all those desires. But the only thing is you surrender to Him. You don't express your desires with any devatas or devi because they can't do anything. They are doing their own duties. They are doing their own duties. They can't give you any moksha. They can't give you any desires. So when you worship Krishna in any form, whether it is Varaha, Rama, Nrsimha, whatever it is, you surrender to Supreme God. He will take care of all your requirements. All your requirements. And also, finally, when we leave this body, He would give us moksha. Moksha. The Lord has suggested, therefore, that the influence by the speeches of saintly persons who have actually realized the Supreme men are engaged in His transcendental loving service. The conditional soul gets a taste for hearing about the Lord, and by such hearing only he gradually elevated to the platform of respecting, devotion and attachment for the Lord. This one, how you have to develop your attachment to God, how to develop this devotion. See, just like I am doing the preaching, I am doing the preaching of the God in the form of Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavath Katha and this Bhagavatam. You are all hearing. By participating regularly like this, what you do, when you go to college, you need to study, that is different. When you go to home or some other, when you have free time, you discuss with your parents, you tell them about this, all these things, because even they will be elevated. Also, when you speak to your relatives, friends, don't talk about the movies. They are all a waste of time. Instead of that one, you talk about the glories of God. Like that you can remember. And the other way of remembering God is meditating. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us this Mahamantra, and he has also instructed to do 64 rounds of on chanting beat, which contains 108 beats. Because you are beginners, you try to do one round at home or in the temple, wherever it is convenient, in a clean place, sit and do 108. Remaining times, even without beats, which beat I advise to do, otherwise also without beats also, because while traveling, it's not possible to use the chanting beat while driving the car or bike. At that time, in mind or even loudly also, you can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If you chant Hare Krishna Mantra loudly, what happens? The other people sitting all around us, they will be able, they may not meditate, but by hearing itself also they will become pure. Again in the future what happens? Even I should do like this. Even I should do like this. They develop that mentality. Like that you should help others also, you can do. And never injure anybody. Anybody means any living being, not just human beings, anyone. Like that. So we shall chant Hare Krishna Mantra 10 times before dispersing for now. In the evening, make it convenient to attend Mahabharata, which will be pure in the evening. And tomorrow it is morning, at the same time it's Bhagavatam, and in the evening it's Ramayana in Hindi. So we shall chant Hare Krishna before we disperse for now. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasa Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasa Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Please tell loudly Hare Krishna Mantra 10 times, loudly, raise your hands. As that Prabhu raises his hands, you can also raise the hands and tell loudly, Hare, I am not raising, I can't. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। स्वस्ति प्रवन्त्यां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषाः गोवशवस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रिया बुद्ध्यात्मते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् परस्मै नारायणस्य समर्पयामि। सर्वं श्रीकृष्णास्तु मंगलम 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 मंगलम। जय श्री राधा गोपीनाथ की, जय श्री जगन्नाथ सुभद्रामाई की, जय श्री नरसिंह भगवान की, जय श्री महाराज की, जय श्री महाप्रभु की, जय श्री पंचरत्वा की, जय श्री मध्वान ग्रंथ की, जय श्री हरे कृष्ण की, जय प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्ण।